This game lies. I don't need a circle pad. I can play with a D-pad. Hello, what's gear to you, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Gaming. Today we're going to be playing a pretty interesting little game, Hey Pikmin. A game that a lot of people weren't too happy it even existed when it was first announced. But that was a few years ago, so let's see how well this game holds up nowadays. Would like to share games information with Nintendo? No! Probably don't even check this anyway because eShop things are going offline soon. Deep in the heart of deep space lies a pilot on a ship. A typical day of her space shipment pilot. ... Hakatate Fright's own ... Captain Olimar. Here we see him heading home to planet Hakatate after finishing a delivery. And I know the pronunciation is Hakatate. I hate that pronunciation. I'm going to keep calling it Hakatate because it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. And this cutscene looks so nice in 3D. I'm just saying, Nintendo, it was called the 3DS, so you know, you probably could have given this game just a little bit more funding to make it 3D. But no, the 2DS just had to come around and ruin everything. Something had gone wrong with the warp because we are a terrible pilot. Olimar darts left and right to get to safety. But his engines took a hit and he lost control. Brace for a crash landing. And now we are dead. Run for your life! Run, little Pikmin! Captain ... Captain Olimar ... I dropped my stylus ... Are you okay, Captain Olimar? He's alive. Oh, what a relief. Don't worry about me, Captain Olimar. I'm perfectly fine. Okayness confirmed. Let's get back on our feet and resume our voyage. Assuming the ship still flies, that is. Knowing your track record, it probably is completely broken. Captain Olimar, you might want to sit down for this. We already sit. Well, never mind. We're standing now. I have some very bad news. It's our fuel, you see, the sparklium. We went from having lots of it to none. Without sparklium, the only part of the ship that works is the pilot's seat. I hate to say this, Captain Olimar, but we may have no choice but to sit here and hope that help arrives. Unless... Yes, I think this might be just what we needed. Captain Olimar, it's faint, but I'm picking up a signal from over here. Follow me! I don't want to follow you. I'm gonna go this way. Alright, fine. I guess we have nothing better to do with our life than to follow a stupid robot thingy. Is that? No, surely it couldn't be. Oops, we startled it. Let's try to find its hiding place. He just wants to be left alone. Let him go live his life. What are you trying to bother him for? It's hiding in the weeds. From what you told me, Pikmin responded to the sound of a whistle. Try blowing yours to see what happens. That's not Olimar's voice. Interesting, not just one Pikmin, but 4. We can count. Well, luck to find Pikmin here, would you say, Captain Olimar? They responded to your whistle. Interesting that their behavior is universal across different planets. You're right, by the way, they do look like Pikmin carrots. Oh, I got so excited, I almost forgot about our Sparklium situation. The signal's coming from up ahead. Let's go! Eevee and Pikachu. So yeah, this game is supposed to be like a completely different planet from PNF 404 from the previous games. It's really weird because they say that, but everything here looks the same. So I'm not entirely sure where they were trying to say that with, but yeah, this game has like a lot of really weird inconsistencies and things like that. Like Olimar, his voice, when he ever uses the whistle, it's like a bit of a higher pitch than usual, but that's the only instance where that happens. The rest of his voice sounds normal in this game, but that's also going to be the most you'll hear from his voice because he'll be using the whistle so much. So, like, I don't know, this game is kind of weird. Good job, Captain Elmar. Now get inside so we can get some rest while I scan for the next destination. We finished the game! Yay! We have every game on the Pikmin channel now, except Pikmin 2. I've got a lock on a large amount of Sparklium. Let's go find it. Also, this is probably the best part of this game. So I just looked at my recording program and the thing froze for a second, so I don't know if I lost any footage or anything like that, but I was just saying this is the best part of the game right here. We can like spin around the globe and things like that. This looks really cool, honestly. Just like the spinning globe, and you can see the stars in the background and stuff. Like, I really wish this was like on the top screen and it being in 3D and stuff, but it still looks pretty nifty. Let's head back into Sector 1, Brilliant Garden. So Hey Pikmin was released at a bit of a weird time. This was announced shortly after like the couple years of the Wii and 3DS lifespan where we were just getting like nothing but spin-offs left and right, and a lot of the spin-offs weren't really all that great. This was the era of like your Mario Tennis Ultra Smashes, your Chibi Robo Ziplashes and things like that. And it kind of looked like this was going to turn into another one of those kind of games. The thing about this game is that it's actually not that bad. I kind of like this one. Now, it's not nearly as in-depth as the mainline Pikmin games, but it's not really supposed to be. It's supposed to be a spin-off, so I do understand the frustration when this game was announced, but at the same time, like, it's not really meant to be like a mainline game. It was meant to be like a fun little spin-off. These guys are the bane of my existence. Alright. These guys, I don't know what it is, but their hitbox is awful in this game. There'll be times where like you do like a direct impact on them, but it apparently doesn't count and the Pikmin dies. So I don't know. It's kind of an unusual situation. So this game plays a lot like Kirby Mass Attack, if you ever played that one, where you're basically going to be using the control stick and the touchscreen to throw your Pikmin around and things like that. I think this system works really well for what a 2D Pikmin could be. Now, there are a few things in this game that I do wish they're a little bit better. You can definitely tell this game was designed by an inexperienced team. Because there are going to be instances later in our adventure where we'll see things like, these are like level progression. This is like a level progression style game is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I stumbled on my words right there. We'll see instances such as the multiple exits being so close to each other at the end of the level, so having to play through the entire thing to go through 100% completion and things like that. That bothers me. And there's also amiibo integration in this game, but it's one of those things where like only a certain line of amiibo will work rather than like every character for it. So for example, this game uses like Mario amiibos, but only for like the mainline Mario ones. The Smash line doesn't work in this one. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation. But this right here, this is adorable. I love this so much. We get like these really adorable cutscenes of the Pikmin just like living their life and things like that. It's really cute. A lot of them also like teach you new gameplay mechanics as well. So I do like this game. It's not my favorite Pikmin by a long shot. I do consider this one to be probably like the weakest in the series. But at the same time, like, it's still a pretty fun game for what it tries to be. So, like, I definitely understand that it's not meant for everybody and things like that, but I still really enjoy this one. We get a jetpack right there. And we unfortunately have to leave our Pikmin behind because apparently they don't know the logic of jumping on a platform and just staying there for a bit. That's probably my biggest gripe with this game, is that there's no option to have the Pikmin just stay still. Because, like, if you threw them in the original games, they would stay there. But in this one, like, we're going to whistle everybody back towards us. If we try throwing them up here, they're just going to automatically go back down there. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it. Having that option would have made a lot of these later puzzles way easier. But it's a little bit unfortunate. Say, okay, we saved our Pikmin. I was a little worried right there that we wouldn't be able to save our Pikmin from the jaws of whatever the guy is supposed to be. You do have a small window of opportunity to save your Pikmin when you throw them and if they get eaten and stuff like that. It's not a big window, but if you act quickly and you throw enough Pikmin at it, you probably should be okay. These right here, these are going to be the treasures of the game, where we'll find them and then we'll be able to collect a Sparklium. So that's pretty fun. I'm not going to be going out of my way to get 100% in these videos because this is just a totally gaming demonstration. It's not really meant to be like a Let's Play or anything like that. I have considered Let's Playing this game before. The only reason why I haven't really done it yet is because I want to do Pikmin 2 first, and oh boy, do I have a fun story about planning out Pikmin 2 whenever that day comes. It's not a story for now, but it is something that's pretty interesting and stuff. There's also the fact that I haven't actually beaten this game yet, so yeah, I don't usually fully consider games until after I've beaten them on my own time. It's more like a line of thought of if I were to make videos on this game, this is how I would do it. That's kind of like what this video is for, testing out the waters of how well my ideas could work. Now, it's not like a super crazy ambitious idea or anything like that. This is a pretty simplistic game, so I don't really need a whole lot of pre-planning work or anything like that. It's just more so like a curiosity of what it would be like to Let's Play this game at some point. And it looks like we're reaching the end game right now, so let's go! Captain Nalamar, it's sure is dangerous out there with all the predators roaming about. Let's find a safe place so we can take the Pikmin back too. Yeah, I was talking about earlier that this is supposed to be like a different planet, but we got like a harmonica and stuff and other human-like things. I'm wondering if that's like a translation error. I'm curious to know what that says in the Japanese version, because there's really no indication in this game that this is a different planet. So if it is a different planet though, then it's kind of amusing because that means that Olimar has canonically crashed into the same planet like 4 or 5 times by now. Belong is logged, Hydro Pendulum logged, Song is Sewer logged. You brought back all the Pikmin to the park without losing any. Well done, Captain Elmore. The Pikmin you brought seem to be happy you're here. Let's go see what they're up to in the park. And I lied before. This is actually my favorite part of the game. So, this right here would be a great basis for a mobile game. So, basically what you do is that all the Pikmin that you've brought back to the Pikmin park at the end of the day, you can bring them, you can have your Pikmin go and check out stuff. As soon as the guy finishes talking, I can explain stuff. Tap the Pikmin icon, and then we'll direct them over here. This will allow the Pikmin to continue looking for treasures while you're off exploring other areas. I love this idea so much. It is so cool. You get to see these charming animations of like the Pikmin walking around, like occasionally tripping. It is so cute. And you don't have to like stay on the screen to have it progress. This continues in the background while you're playing through the levels. So like, you play through a level and then it'll give you an update on how the Pikmin Park is doing. It is a really cool idea. This is kind of what I was hoping they would do for Pikmin Bloom. Now, that's not what they ended up doing with that game. It ended up becoming more like a Pokemon Go kind of thing. And it was a pretty fun game. I didn't really stick with it for long though, but it was still a pretty cute one. Alright, still a bit of Pikmin, Sparklium left. Tap the Pikmin icon, and then we'll send them back down here. So then they'll continue down this way. And I think that's about everything we can do at the moment. As we get more Pikmin, they'll be able to do more stuff, and it's pretty fun. So now let's head back over in this direction. We'll probably play like one more level before we call it quits for this video. This was just more so like a fun little way to play through this game again. Don't get the side packs. They could be something special on them. Give them a look when you're able. So this game, like, kind of having bad timing, also can be like said for the Pikmin series as a whole, because around the time that this game was coming out, we already knew that Pikmin 4 was supposed to be coming sometime eventually. Now the whole timeline of that is that we had Pikmin 3 released back in 2013, just like 4 years prior to this game's release. So like up here, we can have the whistle activate, and ooh, these ones are yellow. So we hadn't had a Pikmin game in a little while, and we knew Pikmin 4 was supposed to be on the way, but then like they announced a spin-off rather than showing anything for what Pikmin 4 was supposed to be like. And at that point, Shigeru Miyamoto had already said that the next Pikmin game was pretty close to completion. We just didn't know that it was Hey Pikmin that he was actually talking about. But shortly, like a few weeks right before this game launched, Miyamoto had made another statement about Pikmin 4, and it was a bit more obvious that he was talking about the fourth mainline game at this point. So it was just agonizing waiting for Pikmin 4. And it still is for that matter, because like we only recently just got like anything from that game when it was supposed to be finished too close to completion like 6-7 years ago or something like that. Basically, it's agonizing being a Pikmin fan because we're always waiting such long periods of time for like games and things like that. This game also came out at a bit of a weird time though, because this was the first handheld Pikmin game, but it being a spin-off like also rubbed people the wrong way as well, because we didn't really know if there'd be like a Pikmin game on Switch or anything like that. This was years before Pikmin 3 Deluxe even came out. So yeah, I think trying to play this game nowadays the game would probably be remembered more fondly if it was just released at a better time. I don't think this is a perfect game by any means. Like, it definitely does have problems and stuff, but it's still a pretty enjoyable game. And I would honestly like to see like some kind of like sequel or something like that. They could expand on the ideas for this game. I would love to see them expand on the ideas of the Pikmin Park because that's such a cool idea. But unfortunately, it kind of seems like they're probably not going to do that. Like, as it is, it seemed like Pikmin 4 itself was a bit of a low priority within Nintendo's development team. But I do have a theory about that. Because Pikmin really is like Shigeru Miyamoto's like pet project. He always seems to be one to be involved in these games, aside from Hey Pikmin. I think he was only a producer on this one. So Miyamoto being like heavily involved in the creative process behind Super Nintendo World and the Super Mario Brothers movie, I think that's kind of the big reason why he wasn't as involved as he probably would have been otherwise in working on this game. They'd probably had development teams working on like design pitches and things like that. Why didn't any of you go the other way? They already had like designers working on ideas for Pikmin 4 while he was busy working with Universal on like the Mario Bros. Movie and the Nintendo Land stuff. So that's kind of the big theory I have as to why it took so long to get Pikmin 4. So now we head over here. We got these guys over here we can deal with. Another big thing about this game is that whenever I was thinking about working on videos on this one or anything like that, one big thing that I was wondering is, you can go away. One thing I was wondering would be like, what would be the best screen format to record this game on? Do we not have our Pikmin? Where is our Pikmin? There we go. Okay, that little icon on the top that tells you if you have any stray Pikmin that are missing. I think they will be left behind if you go too far without them or something like that. Or it just tells you that there are some missing. I don't actually remember if they do get left behind. One other positive I have about this game is that I think this game honestly has like some of the best music in the Pikmin series. I love the cave music in this game. I think it's a different song from the one that's playing right now, but if you ever get the chance, definitely look up the music for Hey Pikmin. It's pretty good. Like, I don't think it has like my absolute favorite songs in the game, in the series or anything like that, but it's definitely really high up on the list. It's pretty great. There are definitely some songs that kind of don't really fit in with Pikmin, but like mostly like the level name, the song names and things like that. Like if you look at the music from Hey Pikmin that appears in Smash Brothers, there are definitely some different naming schemes compared to like the rest of the music in the series. Alright, so now we go over here, we get a pen. That's pretty fancy indeed. Actually, I think it is this music that is playing. Peace Missile. Oh, good old Pikmin games having fun names for the treasures and stuff. The video frame rate seems a little choppy in this video. That right there, I freaking hate bread bugs in this game. It's weird. Bread bugs used to be like the most pathetic enemy in the Pikmin series. I thought there was a treasure up there. They used to be the most pathetic enemy in the Pikmin series. All they would really do would be like try to take your treasures away from you in Pikmin 2. But I don't know what it is. Their hitbox in this game is just awful. Like, they have, like, really bad hit detection in this game. It's honestly baffling. But yeah, go back to what I was saying about the frame rate. If the frame rate in this game looks a little choppy in the video, that's not my recording setup. That's honestly how the game runs. I do like this game. I don't recommend it if you're only playing on an original 3DS. If you're playing on a 3DS XL, it's a little bit better. But this game... it's probably best played on like a new 3DS or something like that. But even then, it still appears a little choppy in that game, in that version. It's not the smoothest running game in the world. It's still pretty great, but like, yeah, that's one big downside with playing this game and stuff like that. So we're going to wrap up this video after we go to the Pikmin Park. We're going to go over there, and eventually we'll do stuff. We missed a treasure, but I don't care. This is now a Let's Play, so like, I don't regret that much. If this was a Let's Play, then yeah, we would go for 100% completion. Actually, so look over the logs real quick. There's some fun things in here. So yeah, right here we can see like a fun little description and things like that, describing the onions. So this was like after Pikmin 3 where they started like establishing that all the onions merge into one, stuff like that. We also get the treasure logs and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool too. I'm going to switch over to my other profile because there's a few more options. There's a few more things in the log that I'd like to demonstrate before we move onwards. Switching over to my main profile, this is the one that I was playing on my own time. I kind of stopped playing this game after Pikmin 3 Deluxe came out. But I would like to get back into this one to try and finish it sometime. Eventually, it's my goal to have like the entirety of the Pikmin series on my channel. We're almost there. We've played Pikmin 1 and 2 and Nintendo Land. We just haven't like played Pikmin... Words are difficult. We played the entirety of Pikmin 1 and 3 on the channel. We haven't played Pikmin 2 yet. We also played Nintendo Land's Pikmin Adventure. We can see the rock Pikmin and all their rocky glory. I believe there's like one more type in this game that I haven't seen yet. But the big reason I wanted to switch over to my profile was not to back out of the log accidentally because I tapped the wrong button. But once we go back down here, we have some more treasures. That's not what I cared about. We go down here and we can see the amiibo log. Now, I was thinking about trying to scan more today, but I realized I forgot to pack my amiibo scanner with me when I moved. I don't have it with me anymore, so these are the only ones I have at the moment. Wow, a giant statue of me. I'm both proud and a little creeped out. The SS Dolphin, too, wanted to know why it wasn't included in the sculpt, but shouldn't we be more worried about how someone knew exactly what we looked like? Yeah, the Olimar amiibo gives you like a cute little figurine. This is honestly one of the cooler instances of amiibo that they've used in a game like this. Get back to the amiibo menu! My goodness, I don't like that. That button makes me think that it takes you back to the item selection thing, but no, it backs out of the entire thing. It's really annoying. Seeing the wide grin on the statue makes me miss my daughter more. She always wakes me up in the morning stomping around the house, and at night she demands that I play with her until she falls asleep. But it won't be long until she's grown and moved out on her own. That day hasn't come yet, but I get misty thinking about it anyway. That's an interesting thought, because I have a baby niece now, and the thought of her growing up and things like that, it's getting interesting. It's a common impulse on encountering the unknown to want to put it in a box that you understand. Ceasing to desist, it can't be anything else, even if that may not be true, but that's not what I'm doing when I call this a marshmallow. I also love the music here in general. We also got the amiibo line as well. We got Isabel. I won't be demonstrating all of these, but I'm a little bit confused. Is this a person or an animal? It seems very friendly, but that doesn't answer the question. My dog is friendlier than my boss, after all. Its pose makes it look like it's calling out to someone it knows well. When it gets lonely on this planet, I like to imagine that someone is me. On the conversations this friendly stranger and I would have. Good old Isabel. We got Mabel, my personal favorite Animal Crossing character. A statue with an apron? Is this some alien mannequin? I wonder how they get over the huge quills on the back of the head. I have my own apron that I wear while doing chores around the house. It's like a weekend uniform. What are some other fun ones? We gotta do Callie. We gotta do the best Squid Sister. Look at this statue's winning smile and fantastic poise. The SS Dolphin 2 was so enraptured while analyzing it that it burst into song. I wanted to jump in, but the song ended before I found an opening. One must seize one's chance. I like to imagine that the shape was playing like Calamari Incantation or something like that. This is very nicely detailed for the 3DS limitations. And also just the idea of like seeing like Splatoon characters on the 3DS is really amusing. Does it seem that every loudmouth has a cool, quiet partner? Maybe there's a brash go-getter out there for me somewhere. What are you waiting for, Captain Olimar? Let's go find it. Oh, right. I already have one. It isn't as fun as Callie's description, but Mary still looks really cool. Like, I love Mary. I love both the Squid Sisters. Kai's my favorite, but Mary is just such a cool character. I love her so much. Like, my love for Mary has kind of grown over the years, where, like, I liked her well enough in the first game when I first started playing it, but, like, man, I just love this Splatoon world. Someone made a statue of a normal-looking girl with a gun. Well, mostly normal. She has dark circles under her eyes and, once again, has a gun. Maybe she has to fight without ever resting. Hope someday she wins her battle. Man, I love the Splatoon series. I love these descriptions. Like, this is definitely worth playing through the game to read all of them and stuff like that. But that's going to be it for the 12 Days of Gaming. Or this episode of it, not the entirety of the 12 Days of Gaming. We'll never do another 12 Days of Gaming video ever again. But that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video for Hey Pikmin. If you want Let's Play this game, let me know in the comments below. And next time, later gator to you. Oh yeah.